Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on December 8, 2023. Texas judge grants pregnant woman emergency abortion despite state's ban. The Independent, Texas woman with risky pregnancy granted abortion despite state ban. BBC, Texas judge to consider pregnant woman's request for order allowing her to have an abortion. Nepal calls on Russia not to deploy its Gurkhas in Ukraine war. The Independent, Gravitas, why are Nepalese citizens becoming mercenaries for Russia? WION, Nepal, 12 arrested for smuggling Nepalese into Russian army. BBC, why so many of Nepal's Gurkhas end up fighting for Russia in Ukraine. The Independent, at least 10 people detained in Nepal on charge of recruiting jobless people to Ukraine war. Russia tricks US actors into appearing in propaganda videos. BBC, celebrities tricked into sending cameo videos that are used for Russian propaganda. The Telegraph, Hollywood stars including Elijah Wood exploited in Russian online misinformation. Evening Standard, Elijah Wood, other actors unwittingly caught up in Russia propaganda effort. Israel-Gaza war, UPenn loses $100 million donation after House testimony. BBC, Penn loses $100 million donation after tense anti-Semitism hearing, report says. Forbes, Penn loses $100 million donation over anti-Semitism hearing. Axios, major donor calls on UPenn president to resign for disastrous testimony on anti-Semitism, threatening $100 million gift. CNN, Penn president's permissive approach to anti-Semitism prompts donor to withdraw a $100 million gift. I'm concerned about my personal safety, Hong Kong activist Agnes Chow speaks about life in exile. The Guardian, Agnes Chow, fugitive activist says Hong Kong is now a place of fear. BBC, a place of fear, Hong Kong activist recalls years of repression. France 24 English, democracy activist Agnes Chow says she still feels under the Hong Kong police's watch in Canada. The Independent, democracy activist Agnes Chow says she still feels under the watch of Hong Kong police in Canada. Video appears to show Israeli forces detain and strip dozens of Palestinians in Gaza. Sky News, images emerge of Palestinian captives stripped and bound in Gaza. BBC News. BBC News, Palestinian men stripped to underwear and paraded through Gaza Square by IDF. The Telegraph, Palestinian men stripped as they surrender to IDF in Gaza. The Times, Israel arrests, abuses dozens of Palestinian civilians at UNRWA-run schools in northern Gaza, ENAR, occupied Palestinian territory. Armenia and Azerbaijan to work towards peace deal. Trump says he needs to lose weight after seeing courtroom sketch. The Independent, Donald Trump shows up at New York civil trial as case winds down. World DNA, WION, Trump's expert witness trashes NY's absurd fraud case in court clash. Bloomberg, Trump keeps claiming he won fraud case before trial. Here's why that's wrong. Hanukkah more pertinent than ever before, Union of Jewish Students. BBC, Hanukkah celebrations, we've had to hide our Jewishness. The Telegraph, Jews across the UK say Hanukkah story more pertinent than ever before. The Independent, opinion, this Hanukkah, we Jews could use your help. CNN, opinion, Hanukkah feels especially fraught this year. It also feels essential to celebrate. Bribie Island, Australian man dies after being buried in sand. BBC, Josh Taylor, tragedy as man who was buried alive at a Bribie Island beach dies after brave six-day fight for. Daily Mail, Australian man dies after being buried in sand, police say. The Independent, as it happened, Brisbane on December 7th. Brisbane Times, Australian man dies after being buried alive in sand at beach party. The Israelis grappling with helping sick Palestinians. Erdoğan hails new era of friendship with Greece on historic visit to Athens. The Guardian, Greece to grant Turkish nationals easy visas to visit 10 of its Aegean islands. SchengenVisaInfo.com, Turkey's Erdoğan declares new era with Greece on landmark visit. Al Monitor, Greece and Turkey sign 15 deals during groundbreaking Erdoğan visit to Athens, as it happened. The Guardian, Greece and Turkey agree to reboot relations following landmark talks in Athens. UNLV shooting suspect Anthony Polito had target list before attack. Live. The Independent, UNLV shooting, ex-professor had target list when he killed 3 on campus. BBC, UNLV shooting suspect sent white powder letters to 22 universities. Live. The Independent, police, at least 3 victims in UNLV campus shooting. The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, podcast on CNN Audio. Hunter Biden's tax indictment, drugs, escorts and girlfriends. BBC, listen, Hunter indicted, China-EU summit, more. Bloomberg, Hunter Biden faces second federal indictment, this time on tax evasion. BBC, Hunter Biden, president's son charged with evading tax, and spending cash on drugs, escorts and exotic cars. Panic and heartbreak, the devastating effect of an airstrike in Gaza. Sky News, Israel pounds 250 Gaza targets in a day, as UN chief warns order may break down. The Guardian, Israeli military operate in heart of Khan Yunis. The Telegraph, Gaza in flames, on Israel's expanding offensive. The Hindu, Israel Gaza latest, another truce deal not close, US says. Hundreds killed in single day as Israel bombards Gaza. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.